Father, God the Son, and God the Holy Spirit. Thank you, Lord.
Thank you very much. I'll be very brief. My name is Danida and Adeyemi from the Embassy of Denmark in Nigeria, Consulate of Denmark in Nigeria, and I work as the Program Officer for the Strategic Sector Cooperation. I've also been coordinating most of the activities of DFC, representing DFC more or less in Nigeria. On behalf of the Royal Danish Embassy and the Danida Fellowship, I'm delighted to welcome all of us to today's annual general meeting of the Danida Dan MG Alumni Network. It has been a very long ride since the beginning of this year to where we are now. So I would like to say kudos to the coordinators and the leadership of the Dan MG in Nigeria. Please permit me to stand on existing protocol, and I would also like to recognize everyone that is currently participating, both in person and for all my fellow online participants. I would like to recognize everyone specially. Denmark has had a long history of bilateral engagement with Nigeria, and this history can be traced to politically. Denmark has engaged Nigeria for several decades. Also commercially, some of the very big brands in Nigeria are from Denmark. A notable one of them is the Dana brand, the Ala Dana brand. I'm sure we are all familiar with that milk brand. I think last month, myself and another colleague and Mrs. Eva, we were at their Damal site where they commissioned their farm, the Damal farm. So some of the very popular brands in Nigeria are actually from the Danish, they are Danish origin. The DFC in the last 5 years has granted more than 200 scholarships for Nigerians across several courses. I think DFC deserves a round of applause for that. So I'll pause for 5 seconds. Yeah, so DFC has been granting courses. Over 200 people has been to Denmark in the last 5 years, and they've been trained on different areas, different courses. And this year, also we had some major breakthrough. Three Nigerians from EU partners are granted a full MSc scholarship. I think one from NAFDAC and 2 from the FMLD. And by next year, the individuals will be resuming in their various Danish university.
Progress and journey thus far. Thank you. Madam Sidika.
Mm-hmm.
You're welcome.
My name is Sidika Jumake Kamau. I'm outgoing one of the EBSCO's National Coordinator 2. So, and then in 2023, we had a meeting, and then I think they said we should show like expression of interest for those that are actually interested in having to be an alumni and what exactly you want to be your role during the SSC. So after then, we just got notification that, okay, you've been selected as the coordinator. And that was how the journey began in 2023. Myself and Mrs. Ukeria, with some of the alumni, we came up with a proposal, and then we threw it to the house. Everyone looked at it, then we submitted, and we were amazed that we got the grant. And that was so amazing. We were like, oh, we could actually do it. So in 2024, we implemented that. We got the approval in May 2024, then the training workshop in September 2024, and then also in November 2024, we had our annual general meeting. And we should trust us in Nigeria. We were assigned to have a charter review. Oh my God, that took us like a year. We were going back and forth. This one will say, add this, that one will say, remove this. But at the end of the day, we are here, we have today, and we have our charter. And Nigeria, Danida Alumni Nigeria is the first and only Danida alumni as of today that has their charter. So a round of applause for us.
Please remain online because your inauguration is now. Then I have Mr. Tehime, who is our national coordinator 2, and Mrs. Eukaria as our national coordinator 1. Yes. Okay. Alaji, please, can you go ahead? They are all complete. Some are online, some are offline. Yes, we have all of them here, so you can inaugurate them and then we can continue with the program.
Okay, I inaugurate them from now up to the next 4 years.
Sir, go ahead, we can hear you.
Yes, we are going to let them. We are inviting them to be the agent, operating, and with the team, the best in the whole world. Congratulations and thank you.
Thank you. I introduce to you our newly elected officials. Thank you. I guess yes.
Excuse me, sir.
We are very gender positive. We are very. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. The sweet thing about this new ESCO is that they have been tried, tested, and proven worthy, right? Congratulations to all our newly elected ESCOs. You see, the sweet thing about this, our current administration, he said that we should do diversification, we should keep oil. Climate change said we want to run away from fossil fuel. So we should look for other ways of getting money. And we know that this our sector, both the agri and the livestock sector, are sectors that can give us foreign exchange. But there are things we are not doing right. And we have an expert in the house who is also an alumni. That's why we are not paying for it. You can imagine if we had to go and look for somebody to come and give us this thing. So Dr. Emeka is going to do a small presentation. It is for him to tell us what we are doing wrong, why our crops and our dairy products are not passing the border, even though we have NAFDAC in the house, but they still know they pass. So Dr. Emeka is coming up to share with us some things from his points. Thank you, Dr. Emeka. Please, can we clap for Dr. Emeka? It's not easy. This is free lecture he's giving us. Thank you, Dalu.
As I said, my name is Emeka Asiebu. In NAQS, it's a paramilitary, so I'm an Assistant Controller General of Quarantine, and I'm the head of Department Animal Quarantine at the headquarters. I'm also a vet by training, that is my first degree, and public health officer as well, then working with quarantine and a consultant in veterinary medicine. So Nigeria Agricultural Quarantine Services is an agency established by an act called Nigerian Quarantine Establishment Act 2018. The act empowers the agency to work in a way to safeguard the nation against diseases and pests of agricultural importance, and also to facilitate trade for international businesses. The agency is structured in such a way that it has 3 core departments in it. It has animal, plant, and aquatic. Aquatic is fish. So it has 3 core departments. These core departments were functional departments in the main ministry before now, but they were all put together to come to form the agency. Those are the 3 core departments, and they are responsible for things that have to do with plant department, plant and plant materials, aquatic resources, anything that has to do with the ocean, fish, Then animal and animal products for export.
We can even do.
So these are the core three departments.
Let's do two.
And our work is at the international control posts. International control posts are the point of entry when you are coming into a country. If you are flying from
It's not
anywhere in
good.
the
Okay,
world,
carry
where you
another
first
one.
enter that country is your point of entry. So that place is a border. And there are only three types of borders. You have land border, sea border, and air border. So the air borders are the international airports, which we have 5 international airports in Nigeria that are functional. We have Kano in the northwest. We have Abuja in the north central. We have Enugu in the southeast. We have Lagos in the southwest, and in the south we have Port Harcourt. These are the 5 international airports. We have international flights and we have international operations. And we also have quarantine officers stationed there. So what we do, we work in together with all the regulatory agencies at the point of entry. They call them joint intelligence boards. So we work together as a team. If you're in the port, when there's a container to be opened, all the team members will come for the inspection. So if it's opened, if it's your area of interest, then of course you do your work. Normally we say custom is the landlord because there's no work that custom does not interfere. But when it is agricultural products or agricultural material, quarantine works on it. Sometimes too, NAFDAC works on it, depending on the level of the product or what they are looking for. Our operation basically is to regulate and also to ensure that you don't bring in something that is diseased into Nigeria, and you don't also take something that is diseased out of Nigeria. Quarantine is an international treaty signed by 166 nations. So these 166 nations agree that you don't allow something that is diseased to come into my country. I will not also allow something that is diseased to go into your country. And it's simple decision which somebody will say, so what is my own business? If the thing that is diseased is going to your country, it's your country now, I don't care. But no, the truth is that somebody might just be coming to your house tomorrow, and because you allow somebody that's carrying a disease thing to go to that person, which you might not even know they will have contact, and they will have contact, it's just 6 hours flight from London to Nigeria. That person can still introduce that particular stuff back to your country. So what we try to do is to ensure that before you export, there's what they call phytosanitary. Phytosanitary is document for anything that has to do with plants, as the word phyto. If it is for animal or fish, we call it zoo sanitary certificates. Those are health certificates satisfying that those particular products or animal or live animal or dead animal is free from diseases. So there are many processes to go about it. As I used to tell people, if you want to be an exporter or you want to export or you want to be into agribusiness, you should know more about the business than me, the regulator. It is very funny when you want to be an exporter, you come and ask me, what is phytosanitary? You have not done your homework very well. So I'm also using the opportunity to say, anybody that wants to go into export or anything that has to do with international business, take time to study, take time to understand it. You can always reach the relevant agencies for more insight. So when they are talking, you understand what they are saying. So basically, this is what we do just to facilitate trade. In facilitating trade, we do that by ensuring that you have the necessary documentations before your product can leave the country.
Do we have that?
And then we also help you to make sure that your packaging and every other thing is in order. So these are, in a nutshell, what we do and what quarantine stands for. So maybe when people ask questions, I can buttress further. But for now, I've given you the basic skeletal anatomy of NAQS. Thank you very much.
Okay. At the beginning, I think it was the first quarter, there was an announcement for grants. Everybody should put up papers. A number of us did, and by God's grace, one of the papers was approved and we got the grants. Clap very well, clap very well, clap very well. much. And we want Madam Sidika to give us a review. She's not online. Madam Sidika to give us a brief review of our 2025 grants that was given. Thank you. 15 minutes, please.
Good afternoon, everyone. Please permit me to stand on existing protocol. Just a brief review of the grants implementation. So, in February, to be precise, there was a grant that was announced for alumni to apply, and we had 3 meetings to that, and we had like 5 proposals on different areas, and one of it was granted the award, and it was on climate change and antimicrobial resistance, biosafety. It was a lot put together. So I think about 7 alumni was in the team. Dr. Idaya Mudashu from Lagos NAFDAC, Mrs. Sarah Ajayi from NAFDAC as well, Latifa from NISAL, Dr. Indai from FMLD, myself, Sidika Jumake, Nasiru from NISAL, Mr. Danjuma from NAFDAC, Mrs. Jumake from NAFDAC as well. So we came together and wrote the proposal. We all looked at it, and we submitted, and we were all shocked when we got the grant. So we formed a team. We had a WhatsApp group. We kept communicating. Although at some point it looked like the grant communication team, they were not communicating, and we had our own in-house, and then we didn't want to keep bumping the WhatsApp group every time, like, oh, this is what we're doing, this is what, because at times when we do things, we have to correct it again. So the theme of the workshop was on strengthening antimicrobial resistance surveillance through One Health approach in Nigeria. So I think the basic thing we're trying to do is like, we're trying to see how we could come together to have like stakeholders engagement, identify a problem within the country, and then find a concrete solution how we as NG can actually come together to find a solution to the problem. So we identified that I think the major reason why we have increase in antimicrobial resistance is the lack of hygiene with our food, handlers. It cut across a lot of sectors, human, animal health, and the impact on the environment as well.
But there's still this issue of, which I observed, and other people were also coming to ask me. You know, being the national coordinator, that day they were calling me 001. And at times I ask questions, at times we quarrel, at times we settle, because like my director, my research director, Madam Winnie will always say, he says it's all about the job. Outside the job, we don't have issue. But in the job, we might have frictions because we don't understand the same, or maybe our pathway and the angle we are seeing the job is different. So I want us to talk about that. Don't complain to me. I'm not Danida. We are in this meeting. This is the alumni. This is the AGM. Is it right for the accountant of an organization to be the one, or the organization to handle the finance, or is it supposed to be the members in that organization or the team that won the grant? Because a lot of people were asking me, even after I told them I don't know how they get to it. All the little issues were there, but that's not the highlight. Is the office accountant was present and paying participants that they're supposed to pay as agreed on the budget in the implementation of alumni, handling account. Let's clarify this so that it won't be after now. People will be calling me and say, hey, but you did talk about, I'm talking about it now. Please.
Okay. She has.
There's a second mic.
I'm coming. I know. Even the online participants. Online participants, please, did we hear what Mrs. Kevia said?
National coordinator.
Yes. Online participants, please, are we still together?
So since I'm already on the phone, and I am just hearing about this, I probably am a new person to this group. I was just joined to the group not long ago. So I do not have the background of what you are discussing. I am a NAFDAC director. And the first question to ask is, was this grant, was it granted to, where was the funds paid into for the grants? Does the alumni group have an account with which it can relate with the DFC? This is a government-to-government grant, I want to believe. So where was the grant funds paid into? And then that would provide some background. Thank you.
Okay, can I let me correct an impression. Is Danida Fellowship Denmark relating to the Danida Fellowship Network Nigeria? So it's not a government to government.
Okay, thank you for that clarification. So that means that there was an application from the Nigeria Alumni Group.
Yes.
So the DFC. So I want to believe also that grant funds were made available. Where were those grant funds paid into?
That is part of the what I would consider a little mistake, in the sense that if the money was meant for the alumni, the money supposed to have been paid into one of the principal alumni accounts. We as alumni do not have an account, and when grant is given,
Going forward, if an alumni or a group gets the grant, whose account should the money be paid in?
can I answer you?
Yes, you can answer it.
Let me answer you. You know,
everybody has given advice on what to do, but let's hear from you.
Can the online people hear me? Okay. Actually, the question that Madam Julia just asked, whose account? When you apply for the grant, you already have your team, because all those questions were asked in the application form. When you win the grant, then we ask you for an account. Who are they asking? The principal officer in the team that applied for the grant. The grant implementation team or application team is normally 6 people. But there's somebody who, through the person's email, and who is the number 1 person in that team, that's the person they will relate back to say your grant is approved. That's the same person they will ask which account to send the account when every due diligence is done for them to pay in the grant amount. So now this person who is the principal officer owes that obligation to say, use this or use that, or to call the team and say, we want to use this, what do you take? Because they will be relating to the person, they can only inform the national coordinator that so and so team have won grant. But they don't ask the national coordinator about their account, because the national coordinator won't give the report. The national coordinator will not retire the money. And in the grant application form, there's different budgets, expenditure lines, and an amount that is tied to each of them. So is that person who is the principal applicant that they will also ask to retire, to report, to send the video, to do everything. Based on this, it is good though, it's good that we have an account. But also, I don't know who will win tomorrow. It's a alumni thing, but the person retiring must be able to supervise and agree on any kobo, because he or she will be the person to be held accountable. The person's mistake will run down on everybody, because it will now be Danida alumni in Nigeria. They don't do the right thing, and the person's success will also rub off on everybody. So it is that principal officer that owes that responsibility to give an account where the money will be paid. Have I answered you, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Are we all clear?
So moving forward very quickly, so that we don't spend all our time here. The next item on the agenda will be moved to the end if we still have time. So we'll go right into the presentation and adoption of the 2026 calendar. Now this calendar is supposed to set the tone for everything that we plan to achieve for 2026. I sent the calendar to our WhatsApp group, and even on this call, the chat box of this call. So please open it at your end. Over here, in the meeting event, we can see the screen. So for January, we plan to refine this calendar and represent it, because before the end of this session, we will take inputs from everyone and then build it into this calendar, so that if you have any suggestions that can work for the alumni, it will be duly captured. So in January, we will represent it as the voice of the entire alumni. Also, for January, we intend to continue to update our records. We understand that different people get this opportunity to go on scholarship, these DFC scholarships. So as they are graduating, we'll continue to update our database. For February, we plan to engage with the Danish embassy and other relevant institutions. This is particularly important because we're hoping also that next year we'll have grants approved, and so we'll definitely have events. Before then, we want to build relevant relationships that will be of benefit to us later in the year. For March, we plan to have a webinar on One Health, right? Also, as we noticed this year, it was around March that the call for grants happened. We said that will happen for 2026. So in March, when that call comes, please let us answer that call. Let us group ourselves. Let us put our best feet forward so that we can, be successful with the grant application. For April, as in the usual tradition of DFC, the coordinators of the various Danida networks globally are sent to Tanzania. Not all of them, just 3 are nominated and sent to Tanzania. So for this year, we expect, for 2026, we expect that 3 coordinators will be sent to Tanzania for that training. And also in that same month, we plan to have a health and fitness walk. We don't want this to just be, oh, we're just coming to sit down and do something. We want to actually go out there. So 2026, our voice will be heard even outside the walls of this alumni. So we're going to have a health and fitness show. For May, the coordinators that went to Tanzania will do a step-down training for everybody in the alumni so that we can have that knowledge exchange of what took place in Tanzania. Also, we want to, because all of us have learned different things in Denmark, we want to now extend this as a form of mentorship to other people.
My name is Mrs. Ibe Vivian, an alumni in DFC Fellowship. As you have seen today, we had our annual general meeting today, which has just been concluded. DFC is an organization, domiciled in Denmark, and we have gained a lot from it. Everyone here seated today has gained one training or the other from Denmark, and that is what qualified us to become an alumni. As we have traveled to Denmark, they gave us opportunity to learn new things, innovations, and again, the grant they have been given to Nigeria. We were given grant last year, 2024, which was successfully executed. They also gave us another grant this year, 2025. We just concluded it last month. It was a huge success. The alumni have been benefiting from the Denmark SSC corporation, that have been established in Nigeria. So today's meeting was a huge success. They say whenever there is a misunderstanding, there always be an understanding at the end of it. So we had a little misunderstanding over how the last grant was executed. Though it came out very flamboyant, very fantastic, but the issue that people had was, it was just a kind of misunderstanding how it all happened, but there was clarity to it and it was resolved. And the suggestions were brought, and I believe with the suggestions that people have come up with, if we follow it in the due course, we won't be having any issue concerning grant execution. So in total and in general, it was a successful outing. Yeah, thank you.
Sorry, my name is Musa Ahmed. I'm Assistant Director with the Federal Ministry of Livestock Development, the beneficiary of the Danida Fellowship Program. I went to Denmark, studied the conflict management and environmental focused in the year 2003. And we really put the practice because of the current situation we are having, the challenges of Nigeria in terms of conflict. We are really using the knowledge to solve the farmers' hardest conflict. That is one we are directly under my office. I'm in charge of that conflicts management in the area of farmers and herders and the relationship between the ministry and the pastoralist organization. And I'm very proud and I'm happy to be a beneficiary of that, and I'm using the knowledge and putting it into practice. Thank you very much. My linkage to this alumni is a very good avenue where all the other organizations that benefited from this Danida Fellowship, we came under one umbrella. We can see how we can move the knowledge, the driven to another stage. We are now thinking of the community development and a lot of other issues where we can use the knowledge given. We want to pass it down to the community. They can benefit from the NIDA. And a lot of people are here, we cheer ourselves, we enjoy ourselves. We are happy to be one umbrella. We are happy to be part of the NIDA. And we're proud to say, that God willing, the NIDA is going to be at the helm of affairs very soon. We cannot say Minister of Livestock without mentioning the NIDA, one of their support. We are happy for them. We are happy, we are praying. We hope they will double up their effort in Nigeria. Thank you very much.
My name is Dr. Yahya Yakuba Abubakar. I am a member of Danida Nigeria. The Danida community is a very great family. We have been among the few selected Nigerians opportune to travel to Denmark for different type of kind of a training which we acquired. And after the training, even before we went there, There are proposals that we make after the selection. After reaching there, then we make the proposal, polish it, and when coming back to Nigeria, we start to implement some of those proposals presented at Denmark, in Copenhagen, or in August. As I have said, I've been part of the Danida family, and I am proud to say I am a proud member of Danida. With the events that is taking place today, I can say that it's truly a huge success, because the aim of us to have our annual general meeting, we have it, a lot of games. Those that participated online, we really make progress that I think is quite successful.
Good afternoon. My name is Chidike Uday, and I'm a member of the Danida Alumni Network in Nigeria. So the Danida Alumni Network is a group of individuals who at some point from various government organizations in Nigeria had gotten a scholarship to go through a Danida Fellowship Center course, which is either taken in Denmark or in Tanzania. So these individuals were trained on various courses ranging from One Health, from food safety, to behavioral change, and several other courses that are of global importance within our community. Today's meeting was an annual general meeting where all the alumni gathered together to review the activities of the year. We had a grant which we had implemented, and various individuals had to come together and review the year and also set the tone and plan for next year. So the reception today was warm, it was friendly. We have been coexisting in this group for quite some time, and it's quite impressive the progress and the job that has been done so far. Recently, we just elected our ESCOs for the alumni to be able to drive our activities and provide the required leadership that we need for the association in the coming year. So it's been impactful, it's been an insightful meeting. We've interacted, we've played some games, and it's just one of the best ways to wind down the year and also plan for the next year.